Hi everyone, welcome to Cache Walks.
It's our second day in London and we're off to do coal hole rubbing. So if you're interested in finding out what that's all about, come with us.
It's an early start, lots to do today.
Right, it's breakfast time. We'll try these crumpets. They look very nice. And to put on it, we've got some strawberry jam, nice little pots, and some morello cherry. Looking forward to that. Okay, so we won't go hungry, we've got 6. This is the cherry.
We're also going mudlarking and geocaching, so a busy day ahead.
We're heading down to Paddington Station to get the tube around to where the coal holes are that we're going to be doing the rubbings at.
Many of the pavements like this one have been renewed since the 19th century and their coal hole covers have been removed. Only some streets still have them.
Okay, we're going down to the underground station here. This is the train station. There's the big transport terminal. Okay, in the London Underground you always stand on the right so people who are in a hurry can go past you. Okay, here we are at Russell Square and we're going to go up above ground and have a look for the coal hole.
At Russell Square always take the lift. The spiral stairs go on forever.
Right, made it at the top of those tremendous stairs and we're heading to the Charles Dickens Museum.
It's about 700 metres away, so that's all right.
Look, Lynn, over on the right, there's one of those boot scrapers, 19th century
yes.
boot scrapers that we're seeing.
They're different shapes, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
In the 1800s, London's roads were very dirty. Lots of horses about and shoes needed cleaning.
Here's another one of those blue plaques, Lynn.
Yeah, it relates to Peter Pan.
Sir James Matthew Barrie, novelist, dramatist and creator of Peter Pan, lived in this house on this site in 1885 to 1888. That's cool.
Very cool.
You can get an app for your phone that shows the ones near you or explains the ones you're looking at.
Okay, there's a sign for the Charles Dickens Museum. So not far now. Down here. Look, there's some coal holes there, covers there, Lynn.
Right. Oh, here's a few. Well, they're nice.
Yeah. That's a nice one. Here's a nice one with a star. And they lifted those off and then the coalman poured the coal down into the bunker below, ready for the people in the house.
There is a room under the footpath outside each house, access from the basement. Here's the old coal hole door here at our Airbnb. The coal was poured down the hole from sacks off a horse and cart out on the street.
Here's one that says Ironmonger, Gray's Inn Road. That's where it would have been made. Right, this is the one Lynn's chosen.
Just got to
Can you feel for
work
it?
out. Not really.
Here's the flat bit.
Eh?
Here's this bit.
Oh,
Like that.
well, hold on.
That's it. That's good.
Yeah, that's the outside.
Yep. Main thing is to make sure it doesn't move.
Woohoo!
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Good fun.
Work out to the edge there.
Yeah.
Another word road here.
Yeah. Reminds me of the leaves we used to do when we were kids.
Leaf rubbings, yeah. We used to do it with a pencil and a coin and a bit of newsprint. And you'd rub
did
the
you?
pencil over, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, you can actually read it.
Yeah. Gray's Inn Road.
Yeah.
We had to look on the map to see where Gray's Inn There's
Yeah. Bit nervous about going over the ends there. You got to kind of, oops. It's just as well we got this size paper. I was good at suggesting that, wasn't I?
this one.
Just joking. I don't know, is that good
Yeah,
enough?
and when you're happy with it, maybe just over here a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Make that better.
Oh
Get past me there. Yeah. There we go.
yeah. Ta-da!
Right. There it is. There's our coal hole rubbing. Right, on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, I've chosen this one with a nice star on it. So we'll just give it a bit of a sweep. Some people bring a little brush to brush it, but we're not bothering.
All right. Yep.
There.
We can read safe.
I think it's safety, doesn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. See if I go down here a bit, see the,
Oh, yep.
the T,
Safety.
the Y.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
That's great. Finishing touches.
Yep. Yeah.
Good.
And there it is underneath.
Ta-da!
And just hold it up so you can see it.
Excellent. Okay, we're sliding it in the cardboard cylinder to keep it all nice and firm, so it should arrive home safely with us.
Good.
Exciting.
Yeah.
When you're back home with your coal hole robbing, you can frame it and put it on the wall. Or, as we did for a souvenir, where you can open the package up after you've sent it to the photo shop and put it into coasters. Actually, they look good, don't they? Very pleased with them. If you're interested in finding more about coal hole rubbing, search out this book. It's very good. Now, next time we're in London, we're hoping to do some brass rubbing. So stay tuned.
Let's take a look into Charles Dickens' house.
And the curators tell us that the coal was delivered here through the coal hole when Charles Dickens lived here in the 1800s, 19th century. And look, there's still a coal hole cover here. Let's go into the museum, have a look around.
They have an exhibition on about London's famous fogs, known as pea soupers, caused by thousands of coal fires for home heating. Dickens sent a letter with a cheque covering household expenses, and at the bottom of the list, that was the list, he notes that £1.03 was spent on coal, which would have been 5 days' wages for a skilled tradesman at the time. The house is beautifully laid out, as it was when Dickens lived here. This door is curved to match the curved wall in the dining room. The museum is spread over 5 floors, so let's explore. This is his study. Here is his desk where he wrote many of his later works, including A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, and Our Mutual Friend. After dinner, Dickens and his guests would gather in this room for drinks and entertainment. In this room, Dickens experienced one of the most upsetting events of his life, the death of Mary, his 17-year-old sister-in-law, due to heart failure. The shock devastated the family. This is a plaster cast of a bust created from a death mask of Dickens by Thomas Woolner.
dressing room over on the left there.
Dickens washed, shaved and dressed in here.
Into the bedroom.
Oh,
Love the
look
bath, Lynn.
Yeah,
Look at that.
right by the fire.
Yeah, keep it warm.
It would be quite kind of a bit different. You'd have cold arms and legs, wouldn't you? But servants would have to lug buckets of heated water up 3 flights of stairs to the dressing room to fill his bath. Here is his commode, a chair with a concealed chamber pot emptied by servants in the morning. This is the little wooden midshipman immortalised by Dickens and Dombey and Sons. The housemaid would have slept in this room.
So the oyster shells one. We find those on the Thames all the time.
Yes.
When we're mudlarking.
Victorian kitchens were often low lit and filled with heat and smoke from the cook's fire.
It's a coal hole rubbing bin, just like we did out on the
Yes.
street. And that's suggesting that you look at it when you go out onto the pavement.
Put here for people to try coal hole rubbing.
Outside here is his wine cellar.
It's time for tea and cake. Nice to have a break before heading on.
You sit there. Okay, we're heading off now to go on the underground to go mudlarking.
In the 19th century, mudlark was a term to describe very poor people, mainly children and the elderly, who searched the muddy banks of the River Thames for coal, bones, copper nails, lost objects, anything to eke out a living. Today's mudlarks are people searching for objects of historical interest, like old coins, clay pipes, broken pieces of pottery from Roman, medieval, Tudor, Victorian times. Anything that links them to the people living in London centuries in the past. Today you need a permit to mudlark on the Thames in central London. Now it's down onto the Thames foreshore at low tide. If you're unable to get a permit, you can join one of the guided tours. Bones from butchers and taverns were common on the foreshore. For centuries, the Thames was the city's rubbish dump.
Here you can see oyster shells,
Oh yeah.
just like we saw at the Dickens Museum on their table. There they are. Because they're not naturally from the River Thames, they come from the coast and were dredged up in their millions. But along the riverbank here there are hundreds of them.
And you see two more. Here's a very old piece. It is unusual for pottery produced after the early 1700s to have a grey core. Early kilns were normally fired with wood. Later kilns, fired by coal, gas or electricity, produced a more uniform colour. The broken stem of a clay pipe. They were dropped in the Thames in huge numbers. Here is one we found, made in the 1700s. There is a handy chart to help identify the age of any clay pipe you find.
It's just a groove in there I thought was interesting.
Okay, we just met Peter here, and who are you? Hannah. Hannah, hi Hannah. And what have you found, Peter? Wow.
The Roman coin.
Roman coin, gee, that's neat. And how old? Second?
That's like 1700.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat.
So it's nice. And if you look in here,
Yep.
here is the Roman pottery.
Okay.
This is garnets.
All right, yes.
And the pin.
Oh, and some pins too.
Yeah.
Oh, you've had
So-
nice days find.
Yeah, so it's a nice day.
Piece of decorated Roman pottery Peter found.
Can you see the clay pipe hole here? It's a fairly damaged one. Peter pointed it out to us. And my guess it's about 1700s. We'll have to look at our chart to be certain. But that's quite interesting to see that there.
A piece of Roman samian ware.
Okay, that looks quite heavy, Lynn.
It is heavy.
Yeah,
It's interesting, isn't it?
like the iron slag, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
We'll have to ask for some help with that one.
yeah. And a old nail.
A little nail. Yeah, okay.
Here's a small piece of fine Roman tableware. The other mudlarks on the foreshore we meet are all very friendly and helpful.
I wonder if you could give me your thoughts on that.
That's Roman.
I thought it was.
Yep, that's Roman tableware.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
He kindly gave us a small piece of Roman mortarium he'd just found.
Nice of him to give us that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Inside of the bowl, the mortarium, had a sprinkling of grit baked into the clay to form a rough surface that helped grind up vegetable matter when cooking.
Well, we've finished our mudlarking. We're just coming up past Cannon Street Station and we're off to find a geocache. How far away is it, Lynn?
About 150 metres, not too
Okay.
far.
Geocaching is a game. If you have a geocaching app on your phone, you can use its GPS feature to help locate hidden containers called caches. Once you find the cache, you sign the logbook to show you found it. There are hundreds hidden all across London. Not all caches have physical containers. We are hunting for an EarthCache which has no container. Instead, we will answer some easy geological questions at the location to claim the find.
Okay, only about 7 metres away from the holy stones. Here we are. EarthCache concerns the cobbled courtway in front of the church. Okay, so it's this area.
Right.
And it's got red granite.
Yep, I can see red granite.
Okay, and the slate.
Slate.
There's another one.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yep.
standing on, I think.
York stone. I think you're standing on the York stone.
Am I?
And Purbeck limestone. Oh, perhaps, perhaps you're standing on the Purbeck
No, we just need to read on and read more about it.
yes.
Okay.
The cache page has all you need to answer the questions. The questions answered, we had a quick look at the outside of this historic church. It was first mentioned in 1198. The medieval church was destroyed in the Great Fire of London in 1666 and replaced by the present building designed by Sir Christopher Wren. The imperfections in the window glass here point to it being handmade and very old. It's time for an early dinner, so it's into the Leinster Arms. I'm having a Timothy Taylor's Landlord, an award-winning classic pale ale with citrus and hoppy aroma. Nice.
The crispy onion rings were a nice addition. We weren't expecting the pie to look like this, but Rick said it was very tasty. Well, this brings us to the end of our cache walk. We were going to get a couple of caches, a traditional and an EarthCache, but we only got the EarthCache. Oh, that was exciting. Why did we get the traditional, Rick?
Well, when we were down mudlarking, I tried to avoid some wake that was coming up the shore, and I tripped over a rock and hurt my back a little bit. So there's no way we were going to get a 4.5 difficulty terrain cache.
No.
Not today anyway. I'll keep that for later. Anyway, thanks for watching.
And don't forget to go geocaching.